For over 2 decades, the Toyota Highlander has been the automotive equivalent of oatmeal. Reliable, comfortable, completely unremarkable, and exactly what millions of families wanted for hauling kids to soccer practice. So when Toyota, a company famously cautious about going all in on electric vehicles while everyone else jumped the gun, decided to make the next Highlander fully electric, it raised a lot of eyebrows. No more gas engine, no more hybrid safety net. Just batteries, electric motors, and a familiar name carrying a completely unfamiliar powertrain. Is this Toyota finally getting serious about EVs, or a risky bet on a nameplate that built its reputation on being boringly dependable? Let's break down everything we know about the 2027 Toyota Highlander EV and figure out whether it's actually Toyota's boldest family SUV yet. Before we get into the details, it's worth understanding just how unusual this move is for Toyota specifically. This is a company that has spent years leaning heavily on hybrid technology while other manufacturers race to go fully electric, often citing concerns about charging infrastructure, battery costs, and whether customers were actually ready to make the jump. Toyota currently sells exactly one dedicated electric vehicle in the US market. One. Meanwhile, competitors like Hyundai, Kia, and Chevrolet have been rolling out electric SUVs across multiple price points and body styles for years. So the decision to take one of its best-known, highest-volume nameplates, a vehicle that has quietly been one of the pillars of Toyota's US sales numbers for over 20 years, and convert it entirely to a battery-electric powertrain is a genuinely bold statement. This isn't a low-risk experimental side project with a made-up name nobody will remember if it flops. This is Toyota putting real weight behind the idea that the Highlander name itself can carry an electric identity, essentially telling the market, we're serious about EVs now, and we're proving it with a vehicle you already trust. That's a very different strategy than quietly launching a standalone EV model and seeing how it performs before committing further. It also matters that Toyota isn't just building this car anywhere. The 2027 Highlander EV becomes Toyota's first electric vehicle assembled on American soil, with production based at the company's long-running plant in Georgetown, Kentucky, and its battery built domestically in North Carolina. That's a meaningful supply chain commitment, not just a marketing footnote, and it signals that Toyota expects this vehicle to sell in real volume rather than treating it as a low-production statement piece. Exterior design, a genuinely new look. Let's talk about how this thing actually looks, because the current gas-powered Highlander has always leaned towards safe, inoffensive styling, the kind of design that disappears into a parking lot. The 2027 Highlander EV throws a lot of that playbook out the window. The front end features sharp, angular L-shaped daytime running lights, a more aggressive, ridged hood, and a chunky front fascia with large horizontal air vents in the bumper, a much more dramatic face than anything the Highlander has worn before. Around the side, the new Highlander offers an available black-painted roof paired with black roof pillars, creating a floating roof effect that's become popular across the industry, along with chiseled character lines running along the top and bottom of the doors, and noticeably reduced body cladding compared to the outgoing model, giving it a cleaner, more premium silhouette. The overall design language actually pulls inspiration from Toyota's more rugged Land Cruiser and 4Runner models, leaning into a boxier, more squared-off look rather than the soft, rounded crossover shape the Highlander has worn for years. That's a deliberate choice, giving the electric Highlander a more substantial, confident road presence rather than trying to look sleek and aerodynamic purely for efficiency's sake. The dimensions back up that bolder presence too. Built on a heavily modified version of Toyota's TNGA-K platform, specifically re-engineered to accommodate large battery packs, the new Highlander grows in almost every direction compared to the outgoing gas model. It's lower, wider, and longer, with a wheelbase that stretches out by a dramatic 8.1 inches. That's not a subtle update. That kind of wheelbase growth typically translates directly into more interior space, better ride comfort, and more predictable handling, especially important for a 3-row family vehicle that spends a lot of its life loaded down with passengers and cargo. Interior and technology, a serious tech leap. Step inside, and the changes are just as significant as the exterior. Toyota has completely overhauled the Highlander's cabin design for this generation, moving to a tiered dashboard layout where the upper portion lines up cleanly with the door panels, creating a more architectural, premium feel compared to the somewhat generic dashboard of the current model. A large central touchscreen display sits prominently above the dash, paired with thin rectangular air vents, and a fully digital instrument cluster positioned directly in front of the driver. Physical buttons and switches have been dramatically reduced in favor of a cleaner, more minimalist look, following an industry-wide trend toward digitized controls. There's a floating center console, a modern 3-spoke steering wheel, and an available two-tone interior color scheme for buyers who want something a little more distinctive than the usual black-on-black or beige-on-beige treatment most family SUVs default to. On the technology front, Toyota is equipping the new Highlander with a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a substantial 14-inch central touchscreen, running the latest version of Toyota's audio multimedia system. That includes standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, simultaneous Bluetooth connectivity for 2 devices at once, a built-in voice assistant, and a Wi-Fi hotspot for keeping passengers connected on longer trips. Toyota has also added Sirius XM with 360L integration and newly available integrated Spotify streaming, both requiring separate subscriptions, along with a genuinely useful feature for road trippers, native turn-by-turn navigation that can now display full screen directly on the digital gauge cluster in front of the driver, a first for Toyota's infotainment system. All of this still wraps around the practical DNA the Highlander has always been known for: 3 rows of seating, with the vehicle offered in either 6 or 7-seat configurations depending on trim and buyer preference. Families cross-shopping this against something like a Kia Telluride or Hyundai Palisade are still going to get the same fundamental promise of hauling the whole crew comfortably, just wrapped in a much more modern, tech-forward package. Powertrain, range, and charging, the numbers that actually matter. Now let's get into the part that's going to make or break this vehicle for a lot of shoppers: how it actually drives, how far it goes, and how quickly it charges back up. The Highlander EV will be offered with a choice of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive configurations, each paired with a different battery size and power output. The front-wheel drive version uses a single electric motor producing 221 horsepower and 198 pound-feet of torque, paired with a smaller 77 kilowatt-hour battery pack, delivering an EPA estimated range of up to 287 miles. Step up to all-wheel drive, and you get a dual-motor setup producing a much punchier 338 horsepower and 323 pound-feet of torque. Interestingly, the all-wheel drive version paired with that same smaller 77 kilowatt-hour battery actually sees its range drop slightly to around 270 miles, reflecting the extra energy draw from the second motor and added performance. For buyers who want both all-wheel drive and maximum range, Toyota offers a larger 95.8 kilowatt-hour battery option, pushing the estimated range up to roughly 320 miles, genuinely competitive territory for a 3-row electric SUV. Charging figures look solid on paper too, with Toyota targeting a 10 to 80% DC fast charging time of around 30 minutes, which would put a quick highway charging stop roughly in line with grabbing a coffee and stretching your legs rather than sitting around for a lengthy wait. Level 2 home charging times haven't been officially confirmed yet, but expect the usual overnight charging window most EV owners are already used to. Transmission-wise, like virtually every EV on the market, the Highlander uses a single-speed direct drive setup rather than a traditional multi-gear transmission, delivering smooth, immediate power delivery without the shift points you'd feel in a combustion vehicle. Toyota also hasn't confirmed ground clearance or curb weight figures yet, but given the size of the battery packs involved, expect a noticeably heavier vehicle than the outgoing hybrid Highlander, which is typical across the EV segment and something Toyota's engineers will need to carefully balance against handling and efficiency. Made in America, why the manufacturing story matters. One detail that's easy to overlook in all the spec sheet talk, but genuinely significant, is where this vehicle actually gets built. The 2027 Highlander EV marks Toyota's first electric vehicle assembled on U.S. soil, produced at the company's established Georgetown, Kentucky plant, with battery production handled domestically in North Carolina. This matters for a few real reasons beyond just national pride. Domestic assembly and battery production can help with supply chain reliability, potentially shield the vehicle from some of the tariff and import cost pressures that have complicated pricing on plenty of imported EVs, and in some cases can affect eligibility for federal EV incentives depending on how sourcing requirements are structured at the time of purchase. It also signals that Toyota isn't dipping a toe in the water here. Building out dedicated domestic production and battery supply infrastructure represents a serious, long-term commitment rather than a low-volume experiment that could get quietly discontinued if early sales disappoint. With this launch, Toyota goes from offering exactly one EV in the US market to fielding a fleet of 4, a meaningful expansion of its electric lineup in a fairly short window, and a clear signal that the company plans to keep growing its EV offerings rather than treating electrification as a side project, as a pricing, release date, and the competition. So when can you actually buy one, and what's it going to cost? Toyota has confirmed the 2027 Highlander EV is expected to go on sale in late 2026, arriving as a 2027 model year vehicle, following the pattern automakers commonly use of launching new model year vehicles well ahead of the calendar year they're named for. As of now, Toyota has 2 trim levels confirmed, XLE and Limited, though full pricing details have not yet been released, with the company stating that pricing information will come closer to the actual on-sale date. Even without confirmed pricing, it's worth thinking about where this vehicle lands competitively. The 3-row electric SUV space isn't as crowded as the 3-row gas and hybrid space, but it's not empty either. Buyers cross-shopping the Highlander EV will likely be looking at vehicles like the Kia EV9, the Hyundai Ioniq 9, and possibly larger offerings from Rivian, alongside 3-row hybrid and gas alternatives like the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, and Toyota's own gas and hybrid Highlander trims, assuming those continue to be sold alongside the new EV rather than being phased out entirely, a detail Toyota has not yet fully clarified. That last point is actually a fairly important open question. Toyota has notably chosen not to call this vehicle the Highlander EV in its own marketing, sticking with the simple Highlander name, which raises a real question about whether the gas and hybrid versions of the current Highlander will continue alongside this new electric model, get phased out entirely, or eventually get folded into a different nameplate. For now, Toyota hasn't provided a definitive answer, so it's worth watching for updates as the launch date approaches. So, is it actually Toyota's boldest family SUV yet? Let's bring this all together. On paper, the 2027 Highlander EV checks an impressive number of boxes. A genuinely striking new design that finally breaks away from decades of forgettable Highlander styling, a significantly larger footprint with real interior space benefits from that stretched wheelbase, a modern and tech-forward cabin that finally catches the Highlander up to, or arguably past, plenty of its competitors, and range figures that are competitive, if not class-leading, for a 3-row electric SUV. The bigger question isn't really about specs, it's about execution and trust. Toyota's entire brand reputation has been built on dependability, and shifting one of its flagship family vehicles entirely over to a brand new electric platform, built at a brand new domestic EV production line, is a genuine gamble on maintaining that reputation through a major technological transition. If Toyota delivers the same rock-solid reliability buyers have come to expect from the Highlander name, wrapped around this bold new design and electric powertrain, it could become one of the most significant, most talked-about family SUV launches in years. If early quality issues or unexpected EV growing pains show up instead, it risks tarnishing a nameplate that took decades to build its reputation. Given Toyota's track record and the sheer scale of investment behind this launch, new manufacturing, new battery production, new platform engineering all rolled into one vehicle, betting against Toyota nailing the fundamentals here would be a risky bet in itself. Whether or not you're personally ready to go electric, this is undeniably one of the most important, most closely watched vehicle launches Toyota has attempted in years, and calling it Toyota's boldest family SUV yet feels like less of an exaggeration and more of a simple statement of fact. So that's everything we currently know about the 2027 Toyota Highlander EV. A bold new design, a genuinely re-engineered platform, competitive range and charging numbers, and a serious domestic manufacturing commitment behind it. Whether it ends up being remembered as the vehicle that proved Toyota could go electric without losing what made the Highlander great, or as a cautionary tale about moving too fast away from a winning formula, will really come down to how it drives and holds up once real owners get their hands on one. Let me know in the comments whether you'd actually consider going electric with your next family SUV, or whether you're sticking with a gas or hybrid Highlander for now. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives on upcoming vehicles, and I'll see you in the next one.